Alright guys, MCU Collector here with video number 3 from the Marvel Legends Avengers Infinity War / Ant-Man and the Wasp Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure Wave 2, Avengers Wave 2. So they just kind of mixed up Ant-Man and the Wasp in with the Avengers Wave 2. We all know that the last Ant-Man wave that did come out didn't do so well, I think, at retail. You know, at first, obviously, every wave is hot, it's hyped up. But then as it kind of runs its course, you know, the sales aren't good. So I think that's why they figured they probably shouldn't do a full wave dedicated to Ant-Man again. And it was such a hodgepodge of figures in that wave. It didn't really make sense. But here we have it. So the packaging on this one's going to be a little bit different. We see the Ant-Man and the Wasp logo as opposed to the Avengers Infinity War logo. You got the Pym Particle logos up there at the top. Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure. We have a shot of Ant-Man there on the side. Same on the other side. We have a really cool product shot, you know, as he's supposed to simulate kind of shrinking down kind of thing. All the figures from the wave, you can see we are on number 3 there. Next will be Wasp. The bio reads, Scott Lang suits up as Ant-Man with a specialized suit engineered by Pym Technologies that lets him blast into any battle, big or small. So there it is. I think it looks awesome. The Paul Rudd head sculpt is but I will say when you have it in hand, it's definitely much better. When we first got a look at Toy Fair, I thought it was awesome. Then I started seeing some other pictures online. I'm like, you know, I don't know about it. Having it in hand, it is actually better, but I think there's just a couple of things. So as we take a close look, I'll talk about that. And then today I actually picked up the Titan Hero Series Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp, because this will kind of just be like a placeholder Giant Man kind of figure that I'm going to use in my display, because obviously I don't think we're going to get another Giant Man figure, so it just kind of passed and it works. So I'm actually opening that thing up too right now. I will take a look at both of them and see if they got the sculpts all right and just overall how it looks, because it actually looks pretty good. And I know they updated some of the articulation with these guys. So let's open them up and take a look. All right, here is Scott Lang Ant-Man out of the package. Really cool looking figure. We'll take a look at the Cull Obsidian left leg first. So some good detailing in there. The sculpt is pretty awesome for all the scales. The added armor pieces that are in there are really good. You can see a little bit of pliable kind of there. So it's not just part of the mold, it's kind of on top. So it gives it a little bit of that added depth, which is really cool. And you can see the leg is pretty large. So he's a huge BAF. Can't wait to put him all together. But here is the Ant-Man figure. I took the Paul Rudd head off because I want to see if it'll actually go on the older Ant-Man figure from the first movie. But looking at the sculpt, so straight on, obviously, yes, it does look like Paul Rudd. He has a huge forehead, which is odd. But go look up pictures of Paul Rudd. He does have a huge forehead, so it's accurate. But I just think that it's a little too narrow. The face is just too narrow. That's my only thing. Now, if you look at it this angle, that looks awesome. 5 o'clock shadow looks pretty good. All of that. You look at this angle, it's okay. This angle is probably the best that it really looks like him. It's just when you look at it straight on, just it seems way too narrow, or the chin's way too pointy, something about it. But, you know, again, it does look much better actually in person compared to actually seeing pictures of it. So there it is. And real quick, while I have it here, I'm going to see if it fits on the older Ant-Man figure. I haven't even checked to try it yet. We're going to kind of see. Right now, I think the ball peg's going to be a little too small. So it sits on there. So I mean, it's functional, I guess. That actually looks pretty good. But that's basically all you're really going to get out of it, though. You're not going to get a whole lot. I mean, you can't... See, it just sits on top there. Oop. So, this is actually a pretty decent figure, but I really like this one because I like the way, the aesthetic appeal of the suit, how it looks. It's not like a leathery look. It's got the different type of texture, the more tactical, I guess, or I don't know how you would put it, but it does look really good. Now, one thing that's kind of weird to me is the helmet look. It just seems like it comes to like an abrupt stop, like it should stick out a little bit more. Just looks kind of funny. Like it should be more pointy, except it just kind of looks flat. But maybe that's just me. But you know, I'm looking at the product shot, and it looks like it definitely would have came out a lot more. And then let's say you look at the Titan Hero one, and it's a little bit more pointy. Not by much, I guess, but there it is. Actually, that's pretty good, right? Look at my Giant Man regular. That looks pretty good. But the figure looks good. Now, his torso, his top upper torso piece seems a little loose. Like it just kind of shakes in there a little bit. And then you can see the darker red here because it's the red over the black. Not a big deal. This belt piece is an additional piece. It just kind of floats around there. But the paint itself is pretty good. I haven't seen really too many issues. You know, obviously there in the chest, and then you can see a little bit of black coming through there. But otherwise, overall, it's pretty good, pretty clean. It's just straight black and red, and then there's some gray and some silver in there, but really not a whole lot. But let's go over the articulation. So as far as crunch, he crunches down only that much. It's not a lot. Crunches back a little bit, so that's good. Oh, pop the head off, but he can. It's weird. This head kind of just slips on. It doesn't. You don't really get a good pop in there, but he can look down. He can look up all the way, so that's really good. Obviously, full rotation. Shoulders come up that far. Full rotation. Upper bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Wrists swivel. And they do hinge. Waist swivel. Legs only go that far apart. Not huge range. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knee. Very good. No boot swivel. Foot hinges all the way down, all the way up. Ankle pivot. One thing that I'm going to point out that We Are Figures pointed out to me last night as we were looking at this, and I can't unsee it now, and I'm mad at him for it. If you look at his hands, and it's going to be hard to show you guys this on camera, but if you look at his hands, you have one that's fisted hand on the right hand, and then he has the open hand on the left. And this open hand is about twice as big, and it's driving me nuts looking at it, because why is this hand so much bigger than the right hand? Yes, it's open, but it's massive. When you have this in your hands and look at it in person, it's a crazy big difference. And I can never unsee it now. So We Are Figures. Thanks a lot. So we'll look at the Titan Hero figure. The sculpt is really good. It's lacking paint, like in the red all through the legs, because they didn't do any paint on the legs. But at the top part, I like the way the texture look comes through on this Titan Hero figure. Looks pretty awesome. So one of the updates that they did in the Titan Hero series is the shoulder joint. It used to only swivel. They put that ball joint in there now to go that far. There's still no elbow articulation, still no knee articulation, but hands swivel. And then the legs actually do this. They do the splits where they could not do that before. They could always just kick forward before, but they actually can do that now, so that's pretty cool. And then the head swivels, but not a full 360 degree. But I do like the way it looks, and it services well to just stand in my display as a giant man, because obviously in the movie, if you've seen the new trailer, he does get giant, so I think it'll work. But there is Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, Scott Lang. Really awesome figure. I'm glad to have it, because I think we're only going to get Ant-Man and the Wasp for the movie figures. No Ghost figure, I'm sure. No Goliath figure. But there it is. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so. There it is. Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. Thanks.